Good evening, Legionnaires. This is Mr. Hare here from the Burke Hare House of Horrors team, and tonight I would like to talk to you all about the movie Insidious, directed by horror pioneer James Wan and written by Lee Winnell. Now, these two as a team working together, now you've got a horror movie. What is Insidious about, though? Insidious is about a haunted boy, really. Dalton is a special kid who can do astral projection. So astral projection basically means projecting one's consciousness outside your own body. To Dalton, he's merely dreaming. He doesn't realise what he's doing, he just thinks it's all one crazy dream, unaware that he's in more danger than what he can ever realise. When Dalton astral projects, he goes into a realm called the Further. So, the Further is pretty much like a purgatory or limbo, so to speak. Inside this purgatory or limbo, the lost souls of the dead linger and lurk, lost in the darkness, looking for the light. Whenever Dalton's there, he's like a beacon of light, drawing all the lost souls of the dead to him. One day, Dalton doesn't wake up. It's like he's in a coma, to which medicine and science have no explanation. His family are at a loss, the doctors are at a loss, but to make matters worse, strange voices can be heard on the baby monitors, bangs can be heard at night, and strange and sinister figures can be seen wandering around, closer and closer to Dalton. So, what the family soon realises, that Dalton's astral body has been kidnapped, leaving his body vulnerable and free. Now all the lost souls of the dead want it, to possess it. That way they can get life again. The concept of this movie is fantastic. I love the originality. It's not just your basic run-of-the-mill ghost story. This generally does feel chilling. Another thing I love about it is how it's shot. Or it doesn't really... When they are filming a scene together, when they are filming the scenes, the way it's kind of directed and shot is it feels oppressive. Each corridor generally feels like there could be something lurking down it. Whenever you pan into a room, you often feel like there's probably something there. And there's also, I like the kind of subtle little nods you see in it. Like, say for example, at the start, while the baby keeps crying, then you kind of realise later on, can she sense or see things? There are some jump scares in this, but these kind of jump scares do hit the mark. They're not like some of the later Conjuring series movies where it's just your primary scare. This movie can also relies on dialogue to help generate the fears and chills as well. There's some great horror imagery, very iconic, like particularly, well, I don't want to go into too much spoiler territory, but let's just say there's a bride in black, a very dark bride in black, or a red-faced demon. I suppose the ghosts and the demons in this movie, I kind of like how we didn't really explore them too much. I mean, the red-faced man, I do like him. I kind of wish that he wasn't what we call the cloven hoof kind of right demon. I found the kind of cloven hoof kind of demons a bit cartoony, but the way he was used was brilliant. There's a particular scene in there where Patrick Wilson's mother walks into a room discussing a dream. You can see the shadowy figure of a demon raising his finger. When she asks him, "What do you want?" the demon's gnarly fingers point at Dalton. It says, "I want him." Lynn Shay plays Elise. Now, Lynn Shay is brilliant in this movie. She's pretty much the heart of the movie. She carries the movie effortlessly. She's great. Rose Byrne and Patrick Wilson play, of course, Dalton's mother and father respectively. Their marriage together and their relationship in the movie also bridges parts of the movie. You can actually generally see this tension in the marriage. You can generally see they're both trying. And also how Dalton's state is affecting them both. He's trying to bury himself at work out of the way, and she's trying to reach out at the same time. There's a real difference there, which makes this movie great. When it gets towards the final act, that's when the movie really ramps up in the thrills department. And of course you've got Tux and Specs. I'm going to say their names properly one day. Now them two, they're a bit of a double act. And that's what kind of helps alleviate the movie slightly. Not to the point where they're obnoxiously used, but they do add like a bit of light moments to the movie, where the movie actually generally does need to kind of like take that slight bit of a... So otherwise, without them, I think we'd all be dead. But this movie was the first one. It did go on to kind of lead on to a small franchise. Well, Insidious 2, a good one. I'll do a video review of that soon enough. Insidious 3, it's alright. It's not a bad one. It's not worst. Then, of course, Insidious 4. Did we need an Insidious 4? Then, as what Mr. Burke previously explained in the Sinister video, that there have been talks to produce a Insidious/Sinister crossover, which I don't really see the point on. Is it going to be Lynn Shays Elise kicking 10 bells of shit out of a ghoul? God, that'd be kind of funny to watch. I don't know. But Insidious will forever be a movie to me that kind of says that there's still chance for originality in horror movies. And more lately, we are seeing a lot more originality in there. I can only hope it can carry on. I'm happy to give this movie a 9 out of 10. Viewer beware. You're in for a scare. Now please, like and subscribe, and thank you ever so much for watching, guys. You take care now. Stay spooky.